That is Ernst Cassirer, the philosophy that awakens deep self-awareness. Most people believe they live in the real world, but Ernst Cassirer revealed a deeper truth. Human beings do not live in the world of objects. They live in the world of meanings. You do not see reality as it is. You see reality as your mind interprets it, and your interpretations are built from symbols. This is not a metaphor. This is the structure of human consciousness. Section 1. The symbolic condition of humanity. Cassirer taught that human beings are not defined by strength, not by instinct, not by biology alone. Humans are defined by their symbolic capacity. We create meaning. We organize experience. We transform raw perception into structured understanding. This symbolic activity is not optional. It is the essence of being human. You are not a creature who uses symbols. You are a creature who becomes human through symbols. Section 2. The invisible systems that shape your world. Cassirer identified multiple symbolic systems that silently shape your experience. Language, the structure of your thought. Myth, the structure of your imagination. Art, the structure of your perception. Religion, the structure of your values. Science, the structure of your explanation. Emotion, the structure of your reactions. Culture, the structure of your identity. Memory, the structure of your continuity. Imagination, the structure of your possibility. These systems are not external. They are internal architectures of meaning. You do not step into them. You live inside them. Section 3. How symbols transform reality. Cassirer argued that the mind is not a passive mirror. It is an active creator. It does not simply record the world. It interprets it, shapes it, organizes it, gives it form. A sound becomes a word becomes a concept becomes a belief becomes a worldview. This chain of symbolic transformation is how reality becomes meaningful. Without symbols, the world would be chaos. With symbols, the world becomes human. Section 4. The multiple worlds of human experience. Cassirer explained that humanity does not share one world. Humanity shares many symbolic worlds. The scientific world, built from measurement and logic. The religious world, built from sacred meaning. The artistic world, built from expression and form. The mythic world, built from narrative imagination. The emotional world, built from felt significance. The cultural world, built from inherited patterns. Each world has its own rules, its own logic, its own way of organizing experience. A scientist and a poet can look at the same sky and inhabit two different universes. This is not contradiction. This is symbolic plurality. Section 5. The symbolic self. Cassirer believed the self is not a fixed object. The self is a symbolic construction. You are built from the stories you repeat, the language you speak, the culture you inherit, the emotions you feel, the memories you preserve, the myths you believe, the ideas you follow, the meanings you attach to your experiences. Your identity is not a thing. It is a symbolic pattern. Change the pattern, and the self changes. Section 6. How meaning creates emotion. Cassirer emphasized that emotions do not come from events. They come from the meanings attached to events. Fear is a symbolic interpretation. Hope is a symbolic interpretation. Shame is a symbolic interpretation. Pride is a symbolic interpretation. Two people can face the same situation and feel completely different emotions because they live in different symbolic worlds. You are not reacting to the world. You are reacting to the meaning your mind created. Section 7. The symbolic root of conflict. Cassirer believed that human conflict rarely comes from physical reality. It comes from symbolic reality. People fight over interpretations, beliefs, myths, ideologies, identities, stories, symbols. A flag is cloth, but symbolically it can unite millions or divide nations. A word is a sound, but symbolically it can heal or destroy. A story is a sequence of events, but symbolically it can shape generations. Human conflict is symbolic conflict. Section 8. The danger of symbolic absolutism. Cassirer warned that the greatest danger is forgetting that symbols are human creations. When a symbol becomes absolute, it becomes a prison. When a story becomes unquestionable, it becomes a cage. When an idea becomes sacred, it becomes a weapon. When a myth becomes literal, it becomes a trap. Freedom is lost when symbols become invisible. Section 9. The path to symbolic self-awareness. Cassirer believed that self-awareness begins when you study the symbols you live inside. Ask yourself, why do I think this way? Where did this idea come from? Is this belief mine, or did I inherit it? What story am I repeating? What symbol am I obeying? What meaning am I projecting onto the world? This is the beginning of inner clarity. You cannot change your life until you understand the symbolic world you live in. Section 10. The symbolic nature of knowledge. Cassirer argued that knowledge is not a mirror of reality. Knowledge is a symbolic construction. Science uses mathematical symbols. Religion uses sacred symbols. Art uses aesthetic symbols. Myth uses narrative symbols. Language uses verbal symbols. Each symbolic system reveals something and hides something. There is no single symbolic system that captures the whole of reality. This is why human understanding is always expanding. Section 11. Symbolic freedom. Cassirer believed that true freedom is not the absence of symbols. It is the awareness of symbols. You cannot escape symbolic life, but you can become conscious of it. You can learn to see the lenses you are using. You can learn to question the meanings you inherited. You can learn to reshape the symbolic world you live in. Freedom is symbolic self-mastery. Section 12. The human task. Cassirer believed the task of a human being is not to destroy symbols, but to understand them, not to reject meaning, but to refine it, not to escape culture, but to become conscious of it, not to deny emotion, but to understand how it shapes perception. True intelligence is not memorizing information. True intelligence is understanding how meaning is formed. Section 13. The final message. Cassirer's message is profound. You do not live in reality. You live in meaning. And when you understand the meanings you live inside, you understand yourself. This is the beginning of clarity, the beginning of freedom, the beginning of wisdom, not by escaping the symbolic world, but by finally seeing it.